Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Happy Friday, y'all. It's time for you know what? Oh Stella. Oh Stella, I have my favorite. They finally had the black cherry. This is my favorite brand in stock. Let's go ahead and pour us up a glass and get started. I have a lot to talk about tonight. So I brought the whole bottle again so we can have a good time. And I found a cute little gift for old Stella. I'll take a sip with you. Ooh, that is so good. They've been out of the black cherry for so long. I'm so happy they got that back. Hey, Les. Everything is good now. The weekend is here. Hey, Zuda. I see y'all out in the chat. I want to give everybody a few more minutes to get into the live and then get started. Because I'm trying to figure out, should I start with the news and gossip? Should I start with Survivor 42? No, we're going to save the top 10 for last. That's going to be last. Thank you, Zuda. I didn't mean to overshare. But I am happy about that. Like, it's not easy. Tonight, I'm representing Georgia. I got on my son's Savannah State University t-shirt. I didn't feel like changing back into the outfit I had on earlier. And then I put on my Georgia peach earrings. So I said, let me represent Georgia a little while. Hey, Eric. I see you out there. Whew. I think I'm going to start with the news and gossip. It's not too much. I figured since I want to focus more on competition reality show content, I still do regular reality TV and my news and gossip in the real world, celebrity, that kind of stuff. But for Stella, we concentrating on reality competition shows. So I said, let me follow a couple of reality competition show links. Let me follow a few more players so I can get more tea. So I've been getting all kind of crazy pictures and gossip and little games. And I said, okay, this is fun. They're giving me content out here on Twitter. Hey, Charles. I wanted Charles to be on camera with me, but Charles ain't watched the episodes. I told Charles to skip episode 2 and go ahead and fast forward to episode 3 of Survivor. That's when the game kind of picked up for me. It's still a little bit slow, but it gave me some talking points. But let's get into this news and gossip first. Some of y'all might be too young for In Living Color, but I love this gift when she was like, I ain't want to gossip, so you ain't heard this from me. Like, I ain't say none of this stuff. I got it off Twitter. Where I want to start first, mostly the gossip I have today is all good. So it's nothing bad. It's only one shady one. Only one shady piece of gossip. The first thing I saw was, y'all remember last season when Casey had to leave because she found out she was pregnant, where she finally had her baby, I believe earlier in March. And the baby's name is Kinsley. She ain't put a picture of the baby out there because, I ain't follow her. I just followed the challenge. But I'm sure the baby is beautiful. Congratulations, girl. Then I saw this picture of Zach and Jenna. And their cute little baby. That baby is so adorable. Now, I really don't care too much for Zach, but that's here nor there. Jenna is cool with me, but that baby is cute. And I bet you that baby gonna be tall as hell. I love little babies. I could wait a couple of years for grandkids. Not a couple. I need a good 10 years. A good 10. Then I could play with some grandkids, but not until then. The only little shady piece I saw was this new picture of Emmanuel. Now, y'all know last season on the challenge, Emmanuel was kind of cute. He had like a weird attractiveness, but now he done went and got these new teeth put in his mouth, and he just went straight horse. And I didn't focus too much on his teeth before, But I didn't think this was needed. I thought he looked way better with normal teeth, not these fake, what they call them, veneers, horse teeth. They said he went out the country somewhere to get them put in, but hey, Zaki, I see you out there. Yes, I love and live in color. Yes, that's all a little bit of gossip I got. I saw those pictures and I just want to share them. But again, I start following more challenge related content, so I'm in these people business a little bit more than I was before. So every Friday night when we do Stella, we're gonna get into a little bit of tea because this is what Stella is about: challenge news and gossip. Yes, she always say, I ain't want to gossip, but you ain't heard this from me. And then she would straight read these people down. Charles, I ain't putting that up there. Oh my God. Oh my God, y'all shady. Zuda said it looked like Nani's uncle. Does Nani have horse teeth? I don't recall. But yeah, those teeth are a mess. A mess. A mess. He got the same doctor as Nani. Okay. Okay. Yes, Dabu. Hey, Dabu. Get your drinks together. Kyle's teeth are way too much. I haven't seen Kyle's teeth. They must all go to the same clinic. All I know is I saw Emmanuel and I said, ugh. I don't know. But let's jump over to another segment I have come up with. Let me find my graphics. This is called The Great Debate. The Great Debate. And these are a few debate questions I found out there on Twitter, and I want to pose the question out there to you all. I'm going to give y'all my 2 cents, and then we're going to jump into it. The first question is, if they were to ever to do a Battle of the Exes 3, which team would you be scared of the most? Would you be scared more of Laurel versus Jordan? Or would you be more scared of Laurel versus CT? Now, the first thing I had to go research was, when did Laurel, let me take this graphic down. When did Laurel go date CT? So I had to get on my Google, and they said her and CT had a little something on the first Rivals out on the beach. I don't recall, so it could be true. But put your answers in the chat. You more scared of CT and Laurel or CT and Jordan? To me, both of those would be good teams, and they probably would be a winning team on a Rivals or Exes 3. But CT has the advantage. I'm more scared of anybody with CT because he's just known to win, and in my mind, CT is in production's pocket as well. So she got a little bit of production on her side. But Jordan he's a beast. Jordan is a great, especially in the daily challenges. I could see Jordan and Laurel winning a lot of daily challenges. But everybody's saying CT probably for the same reason I said, because you just can't get past CT. Oh, and the height thing. I didn't think about that because they're the same height, and Jordan would be a little bit. So I don't think production would ever do that. I think Laurel with CT or Jordan would be too heavy of a team. If Laurel was to come back and do an Exes, I need Laurel to be out there with that girl. They was out there crying over, what's her name, Nicole. Go ahead and do an Exes season with Nicole. That was a lot of drama. That was actually the first season of X on the Beach I watched with Laurel and Nicole, and that was a mess. That was some drama for your ass. And X on the Beach getting ready to start again. And I want to know, everybody's saying Davon gonna be on it, but I ain't seen Davon nowhere on my TV screen in the commercials. And the only reason I will watch the new X on the Beach is if Davon is on it. But if Davon bagged out, take that off my DVR. Now, the next debate, I thought this was a really interesting question. And I'm going to give my 2 cents, but I'm really curious about what you all think. Y'all remember when Laurel and Ninja had this tree climbing elimination challenge? This right here, where they had to climb up the tree and stick all the pegs in the hole. And Laurel thought she won the challenge. And she got down off the thing and she was doing the old suck it thing. I think that's what it's called. The wrestling thing. And she had this face. And they was like, oh no, the thing is wrong. This challenge malfunctioned. It ain't no hole at the top. Ninja climbed back up there and actually found the hole at the top. And then we got Laurel looking like this. Like, what? I look... Just for the entertainment factor alone, I love that elimination because Laurel's head was on a 25 and she came back down to a -2 real quick. Now, the question at hand is, was it fair for production after TJ sounded the horn and announced Laurel as the winner? Was it fair for Ninja to climb back up and find the correct hole, or should production have said, look, Laurel, you really didn't win. We're going to reset and let both of them climb back up and find the correct hole? That was the question at hand. And I thought that was a very good question that was posed because, to me, I always felt like Ninja was the rightful winner. But then I realized, but they did blow the horn. So once they blowed the horn, Laurel didn't have any incentive to climb back up that pole and look. She's already deemed the winner. So that's what a lot of people were saying, Charles. They said they should have reset. They should have said there is an extra hole, make them take all the pegs out and do it all over. They said they've done it in the challenge in the past. So after I saw both sides of the argument, I was kind of like, yeah, maybe they should have reset. Because while I'm down here celebrating, TJ done already told Ninja to pack her bags. Why would I even think to go up there and look? I won. He blew the horn. Production should have caught that from the beginning before they blew that horn and said, no, Laurel, you ain't got it right. So, I see both sides of that argument. Either way, I kind of feel like you, Dabu. At the end of the day, Laurel is such a big star. She got her money. I think she really wanted to stay. That elimination was so pivotal that season because once Laurel went home, that's what allowed the Paulie and the Cara side of the house to gain the numbers and the power. Oh, a lot of you all said they should have reset. I ain't never thought of it that way until I saw that question. I guess do better next time, but we already see on All Stars, they don't reset nothing. They do what they want to do. Yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite eliminations. Yes. But let's get into the show. Now, this is just a couple of new segments I'm gonna add to Old Stella just for some fun. But let's get into what I want to get into. Survivor 42, episode 3. They finally gave us something to talk about, y'all. Did you all watch? I know Charles ain't watched, but did you all watch episode 3 of Survivor Wednesday night? Mind you, I didn't watch it till last night because episodes 1 and 2 were so bad. I didn't have any hope for episode 3, and I was like, I'll watch it whenever I watch it, whatever. But it turned out, I don't want to say it was 100% entertaining. They definitely stepped up, and they definitely gave me some notes to talk about. So let's get into it. I'm not about to go through the whole episode. I'm just going to talk about and read and shade the people I want to shade, and then we're going to get into the top 10. Up first, Marianne's tribe, that orange tribe, went to tribal council last week. Mariah, I believe that's how you say her name, she went home. In a little flashback scene, we learned that Marianne came back to the camp the next day and told everybody, look, y'all, we no longer a tribe of 4. We got 5 because I got this extra vote right here. And I'm like, Marianne, girlfriend, she can't be a super fan of the show. Nobody keeps anything a secret. I'm like, girl, you should have kept that extra vote in your pocket, because if they ever go back to tribal council, you going home. You're going home, girlfriend. Now put it in the chat. Was this a good move or a bad move on Mary Ann's part? Now, in my opinion, this was a bad move. You never tell people how much power you got in the game, because jealousy kicks in. And they don't really like you that much to keep you around for an extra vote. So they're going to be like, okay, next tribal council, Mary Ann and her extra vote can go home. Zuda, you enjoyed the episode. I agree. We didn't get no backstories, and that's probably why the episode wasn't a fast forward for me. I need all these backstories. Next season, Survivor 43 people, production. Go ahead and put all these backstories in the pregame clips. Let us get to know them pregame. I don't want to see none of them backstories next season. But I agree, that was very dumb of her. It was absolutely a bad move. That's why I hope come season 43, they eliminate these secret phrase butterflies and bumblebees for these idols. I don't like it. All you're doing is announcing to everyone you have an idol. But okay, Marianne, we all agree. Marianne should have kept her mouth closed. You never tell people your advantage. But she just seems like such a happy, ooh, I got it, like so happy. Can she please go home? You ain't pay attention to the first 5 minutes. Oh, you missed it. Yeah, that happened in maybe the first 2 minutes of the show. It was a quick flashback. And now we're on. Let's move to the next talking point. Daniel and losing the damn idol. Let me tell you something. Number one, I fault you, Mike, for even telling Daniel and everybody else you have found the damn idol. That's another thing. Let them figure it out when you talking about bumblebees at the damn tribal council. And they were like, what the hell he keeps saying about billy goats? And I done forgot Mike's secret phrase. But let them figure that out later. I wouldn't even tell nobody I had the idol. That's mistake number one. Here come Daniel, the lawyer that he is. I ain't read the terms and conditions good enough. Can I see your idol again? Can I look at it and read it again? No, sir, it ain't yours, it's mine. What you need to understand my idol for? That's just Angie. But they too friendly. All these people too friendly for me. But you know, Mike eventually gave in, was like, here, go look at it. Don't let nobody know you had it. Mistake number one. Y'all, forgive my broken nails. Forgive my broken nails. Don't read me in the comments. But number one, I feel so bad. But number one, if I'm going to let you look at my idol piece of paper, we looking at it together. I ain't letting nobody go off with my idol, the whole package, to read something alone. No, we can look at it together. Go ahead and put your lawyer hat on and explain it to me too. Whatever you're looking at, explain it to me while you're explaining it to yourself. That's number one. Number two, the beginning of that segment, Daniel just admitted to losing everything. Everything he done brought to the tribe, he done lost. He done lost his water bottle, his underwear, his glasses. He loses everything. So that's number two reason why he wouldn't have seen my idol. Number three, Daniel go off, look at the idol. The only thing he realizes is that even if Mike doesn't say the secret phrase, by the merge, the idol was activated anyway. And he said, okay, we shouldn't vote out Mike because his idol will be activated at the merge. Side note, to me, that's a reason to vote out Mike. Because to Angie, If Angie ain't got an idol, can't nobody have an idol. Don't nobody need one if Angie can't have one. Because I don't trust nobody that much to be like, oh yeah, he'll use it on me. We saw that with Xander last season. We'll say we'll use it on you, and then we'll watch you go home as well. Daniel is the yes. Daniel would have got voted out, but we're gonna save that towards the end. I still couldn't when High said that he loses everything, his clothes, his food, his everything. He done lost his shoulder out the socket. He loses everything. Now, the gotcha about the whole thing, when Daniel comes back to give Mike back his idol, he just gave him a little paper that you wrap all the shit up in. And Mike is like, where's the idol? And Daniel's like, this all you gave me. You didn't give me no idol. Hey, Davion, I see you out there. And so he like, this all you gave me. So now, my first thought is, I'm like, Daniel think he's slick. He done stole that idol. He done hid it somewhere. He about to get that shit back to Mike. Now, I wonder, let's put our survivor brains on, just a side note. If Daniel steals the idol from Mike and like saves it to Merge, is it now his idol, even though he ain't had to risk no vote or none of that stuff? Or is the idol dead? Because to me, if you ain't risking your vote, why should you get the benefit of a stolen idol? Or can Daniel just go to tribal council and say the butterflies and the bumblebees, and now it's his idol? That's a thought for this twist. Evita girl, I would have whooped his ass. Now, we realize that he didn't steal the idol. He actually lost it, and he went back to the little place where he was reading. He done found his water bottle and the idol. Like I said, number 2, this man that told you he loses everything, I would have never gave it to him. But then the parchment with the rules, he put in his underwear. Which makes me think, was he stealing it? Was he losing it? Some funny fishy with that. Because how you ain't seen everything else but the idol, but you gonna steal the parchment? Okay, in the rules, you're not allowed to steal the idol. Okay, so he just lost it. Okay, he's just an idiot. That's even worse. But yes, I'm with you, Evita. If he would have truly lost my idol, it would have been me and him on that beach. Me and Daniel. They playing a little bit too friendly. I'm going to get to the next cuss out at the end. I'm going to get to the next one. Okay, let's go on to the challenge. Now, first off, I don't see how production allowed them to begin the immunity challenge the way these people, they couldn't even stand on the platform, get their grip right to jump in the water. I was like, I already knew from the preview they were going to call it, but I'm like, why did they even start this challenge? It looked dangerous. I agree, Zuda. It would be more entertaining if they could steal. Kind of like, I guess last season, Shan didn't really steal the idol. She just convinced old girl not to take the risk, and then she went back and found it, and then voted her out. But it would be more entertaining. And I agree. The water, they just kind of fell into... I was thinking we wasn't even going to see no immunity challenge. But anyway, they get in the water. Single-handedly, Jonathan wins the immunity challenge. He did all the swimming. He untied the ladder. He done pulled everybody on his tribe to safety. He done sunk all the sandbags on the tree thing. I said, Jonathan, I can see how this is going to go down. If he's not boot number 1 on the merge, the first individual immunity that's not won, he's gone. I can see his tribe right before the merge be like, ooh, a merge coming up. Let's automatically lose this and get rid of Jonathan. I mean, just the strength that he showed. I mean, he single-handedly was the only one that could maneuver through that water. The only one. it was amazing to watch, but it just showed you getting ready to go home, sir. you you he's so far stronger than every other man on this season. You're going home, sir. I would have sat out there and pretended like I couldn't swim either. Production would have called it for everybody because I mean he damn near had to go out there and save the other tribes too. But congratulations, Jonathan. That was amazing to watch. Amazing. Right. He turned the team challenge into an individual challenge. Now, number two, I don't know if it was the edit. I don't know what it was, but I felt like Jeff was getting ready to let them drown. It took him too long to call it. These people was holding on to the pole. They wasn't even trying to do the challenge. And Jeff just out there like, should I call it? Maybe. Not yet. You need some more footage? I'm like, these people are about to die, sir. Please. Go send the rescue jet skis out there. Help them. And then they ain't even help them. They said, well, forget putting that ladder in the air. Just swim in. I'm like, come get me. Come help me. That edit lasted way too long. I thought they was getting ready to die. I said all of them about to drown. Especially, what's the black guy name? Rockstar or Rox Roy, whatever his name is, the one that get on our nerve. He done got his head caught all up in the ladder. He about to drown with the ladder. Survivor, do better. Y'all had enough footage. Y'all shouldn't have started that challenge. Y'all could have let them start on the beach, maybe dig the sandbags out the ground and then toss them up on the thing. I don't know. Oh, they're definitely going to get him out soon because he's going to be a beast in individual challenges. Of course. That's why I think the orange team needs to throw a challenge before the merge and just go ahead and get rid of him, because I wouldn't even let him get to them individual challenges because he could probably win all of them and just sit at the end. Charles, wait, you said you don't like that they stopped the challenge. It's called Survivor. Both teams should have went to tribal. We got to keep on schedule. You know, we can't start kicking everybody out too fast. Do y'all agree with Charles? Put it in the chat. Should both teams should have went to tribal council? I thought it was fair. Like when they stopped it, they were both at the same point of trying to put their ladder in the air and get their key. For whatever reason, they ain't unlocked shit what they needed a key for. But anyway, let's move on from that. So they were at the same spot. So when they got to the beach, it seemed fair for them to start at the same spot at the beach. It wasn't like somebody was ahead of the other. I didn't mind it. It's not fair for the team that did it without help. I mean, but Jonathan and them, they didn't need no. I mean, to be honest, if Jonathan wasn't on that team, the orange team wasn't gonna win either. Yeah, they was drowning. It seemed like it was about 30 minutes. They was just out there trying to save their life. The orange team needs the numbers for the merge. But when I look at it, the orange team going home anyway. So if Jonathan is out there winning all the individual immunities, they're going to pick y'all off anyway. If y'all go in as a smaller tribe, y'all have a better option of linking up with blue or green and being the swing vote between blue and green. Or if you go out there with Jonathan, the whole time they're going to be trying to get rid of Jonathan. And when they can't get rid of Jonathan, okay, well, Omar could go. Please let Marianne ass go. I don't think Marianne will make it at a merge. Just because she's too hyper. Like if she already getting on her tribe nerve, she definitely gonna get on everybody else's nerve. But I mean, you might put up with it for $1 million. Evita, you agree with Charles. You think that would have been epic. I mean, but that wouldn't be fair. I don't know. Because then it would be like, okay, y'all both lose. Both of y'all go to travel. I mean, it would have been a good travel. Okay. No, because they're at the same point of drowning. If there's still the rest of the challenge, they might as well finish it. I agree. I agree with Zuda. Besides, they couldn't even go over an hour, so they can't do an hour of 2 travels in 30 minutes. I agree. Let's move on. So, at the end of whoever went, and they needed somebody, I guess they needed somebody to win. Well, they already had a winner. But anyway, skip that point. Omar and Chanel go up the mountain. I hate the mountain. I hate this risk a vote, save a vote part of the show. That's something else in 43 we can get rid of. But they went up the mountain. Let me show you this because I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to read Chanel for the rest of the night. So let me show you y'all her tweet. Chanel says she got for all the haters, she got one word: apply. And so I guess she's saying if you ain't gonna apply, you can't tell her how to play the game. Well, girl, I ain't applying because I ain't taking my ass out there, but I'm getting ready to read you, girl. I'm getting ready to tell you how you fucked up this whole episode from this point at the mountain on. This point on. Okay, so the first thing Chanel did going up this mountain, she had a conversation with Omar and she was like, I'm getting ready to go to tribal council. I cannot lose my vote under no circumstances. I can't lose my vote. If there's an option for both of us to get an advantage, let's both get an advantage. But if we both can't get one, I'm not losing my vote. I don't understand how you just told this man you not going to lose your vote for no circumstance. Then you go up there and risk your vote. Make it make sense to me. Because I'm thinking the whole time, okay, Chanel, you just giving him a little advantage. You cool. But you do need your vote because Chanel knows that Mike doesn't have a vote. I don't know what possessed. She's like, oh, I got to play hard. You go hard once. You only play Survivor once. Yeah, you only play once, but you can go home fucking up too. Because I think it's over for Chanel. After this episode, it's over for Chanel. But that's how she fucked up number one. That's number one, Chanel. Now, again, I ain't going to apply, but I am going to tell you. That had kind of pissed me off because I'm sitting here looking like, girl, you risking your vote. Omar has nothing to lose. He's sitting over there with Jonathan. They probably ain't even going to go to tribal council for him to risk a vote. So he ain't got nothing to lose. So, of course, he going to risk his vote. Maybe it's the lack of food. I don't know. Right. Why would she risk her vote on a 5-person tribal? They had 6, but she knows Mike doesn't have a vote because of that idol. Okay, so Chanel comes back to the island. She realizes she risked her vote. So her thing is, if I can get them to split the votes, then we cool because it's still going to be a split between Mike and Jenny. And Lydia still go home. Now, number one, I like Lydia. I'm like, why the hell Lydia got to go home? Why the hell Daniel can't go home? Why is his name not on nobody's lips? He already got a broke shoulder. He already losing your idol. Why he can't go home? Lydia is the one that helped y'all win immunity the other week. I don't know. They want Lydia to go home. But anyway, High comes up to Chanel and is like, look, we're going to split the vote 3-1. And Chanel's like, we got to split it 2-2-2. 2-2, girls, us, guys, them, and that's it. And I'm like, girlfriend, he's already telling you he's willing to split the vote. All you have to be is like, okay, since we splitting the vote, High, you vote for Mike. And it's done. You giving off the energy like, oh, I think we got to do 2-2. That ain't right. Like you giving off too much energy of something suspicious. What's going on? Like all you had to say, okay, hi, we'll do 3-1. You just vote for Mike. We all vote for Jenny. Bam, that's done. And tribal would have been done. But that's fuck up number 2, Chanel. You was doing too much. One, I don't understand how when you don't have no vote, you trying to control the vote. She talking about, oh, look at how popular I am. I ain't even got a vote, and I'm telling everybody else how to vote. Girl, look at the egg on your face. But let's move on. So, what happened? Okay, tribal council. This is when it got good. So, I'm saying so a lot because I got it in my notes. Okay. The first thing that fucked me up in tribal council, Daniel is sitting here telling everybody, hold up, y'all, let me tell y'all why I can't win the game. So my ears went like this. I said, what? What'd he say? I ain't never heard people campaigning to not win the game. Let me tell y'all why y'all should just drag me to the end because I ain't gonna win. He talking about he loses everything. He anxious. He got to be calmed down. That's a reason for Angie to vote your ass off because I already ain't got time. Number one, if I got to comfort you and woo, 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 you can go do that at home with your mama. Like you say, your mama, your comforter. Go on back home to your mama. I'm already dealing with lack of sleep. I'm uncomfortable. I ain't got no food. I ain't got time to woo, woo, woo you and be with the elements. That's reason number 2, Daniel should have went home. They like his ass for some reason. That's why I can't do these kind of shows. Because I vibe with people's energy, and if your energy is off, I can't control my face. I can't control my attitude, especially in a Survivor. Like maybe in Big Brother, where I'm more comfortable, maybe. But in Survivor, when all your comfort is gone, the last thing I have time for is to comfort you. So, Daniel had worked my last nerve. Yeah, she ain't had no poker face. And she still ain't tell the story about what went on at the mountain. Like, they still ain't explained. I guess everybody just being honest. Though Chanel did lie. She said, yeah, I went up the mountain, but I ain't risked my vote. I'm like, girl, you might as well should have just told the truth. So, let's move on. So, I said a super fan would never do that. And then when Jeff asked Daniel, well, you need to be comforted so much. Who out here calms you down and comforts you? He said, oh, well, Mike, Chanel, and my mama. And I'm like, your mama ain't even out here, sir. And you too old. That's a turnoff. Because he got to be at least 40. I don't know. If he ain't at least 40, you need to moisturize. But he got to be at least my age. And I'm like, sir, that's a turnoff when you still got to go home and get woo-woo-wooed by your mama. But I said that was fuck up number 3. Because if you're at least trying to show people you're voting with them, at least lie and say, well, I get all my comfort from Hy and Lydia. You know, I spend the most time with them. People don't watch the game. Tribal council is not about just telling Jeff your true tea. You trying to convince the people that you trying to vote against that you voting with them. It's all like that's the biggest part of the game. That's when you put on your biggest poker face. I was like, well, my best friend Hy, he keeps me calm, and you know Lydia, they keep me calm. That way they thinking we voting together. Yes, moisturize. I'm telling you right now, because a lot of y'all a little bit younger than me. In your 30s, start putting on your eye cream and moisturizing your face in the morning and in the evening. It will help. I started a little bit late. I didn't start getting into my skincare until around 38, 39. And I'm just thankful. Thank you, Jesus. I ain't started cracking. But now I moisturize faithfully. If I don't do nothing else, I'm going to moisturize. Yes. moisturize. But let's move on from that. So now the fourth fuck up I saw, and this could be editing, I don't know. But it looks like Lydia turns to Daniel. It's not Lydia, but Chanel turns to Daniel and says, Lydia. Now, even if that was editing, she did say it at tribal council. Now, maybe Hai didn't see it, but Hai already could feel what was going on in the atmosphere. I could have felt the energy too. But I'm like, girlfriend, why are you mouthing Lydia at tribal council? You for Mike, Jenny, not Omar, Mike, Jenny, Daniel, Chanel. Y'all been talking about voting Lydia out since before you went on the mountain. Why do you need to confirm it at tribal council? Y'all didn't say another name. It wasn't like somebody said, oh, maybe I should go home and y'all got to decide. No, y'all been saying Lydia the whole game, so why are you mouthing it at tribal council? I couldn't believe it. I'm like, okay, yeah, how they getting ready to change this vote? I'm surprised I didn't get up out his seat and start walking around. Because either way, Lydia should have been understood at camp. I don't know why you would think it was ununderstood at tribal council. Nobody said anything for you to think it was going to go another way. Now, Eric, you said most people need to start in their 20s. Some of them do. If y'all smoke cigarettes or anything like that, go ahead. Ain't nothing wrong with a good skincare routine. It's not going to hurt. But I don't want to get into skincare because I ain't trying to be shady. I'm just saying, I don't know the man's age, but if he's younger than 40, get your moisturizer together. Okay, off topic. Jenny had this huge moment trying to defend herself from going in this huge segment that was edited out. Well, let's get to that. So we get to the vote. Y'all already know it's a tie vote. They done re-vote, tie vote again. Okay. This is where it got good for me. Jeff was like, well, no, Howard was like, well, why is it only 2 votes in the thing? What's going on? And I'm like, sir, one of them you should know is Chanel. Chanel lied. She risked her vote. She ain't got one. Now, you didn't know about Mike and his idol. That's going to be a good come back to camp moment because I'm going to want to know, well, Mike, what happened to your vote? Why you wasn't voting, sir? That's going to be good next week when the questions get asked. But anyway, Jeff is like, okay, y'all, all of y'all gonna have to draw rocks. I know 2 of y'all didn't even vote, but your rock gonna be in the bag. So get ready to draw. Now you could talk about the vote, but y'all 2 can't vote. And you really ain't got no decision. Just put your thoughts in the atmosphere. I would have loved to hear what Jenny had to say, but I guess it got cut from the edit because it didn't matter. She was going home anyway. I like how Hai said, they asked Hai, is he going to rocks? He said, I ain't going to no rocks. And I'm not changing it. It reminded me of Nene. Y'all remember when Nene was like, I said what I said, and if you don't like it, oh well, I ain't changing it. That's how Hai was. He was like, we can go to these rocks. I don't care what y'all over here talking about, but I ain't changing. Hey, Inga, you made it right for the end of Survivor. So I appreciated the energy that Hai put out there. What I didn't appreciate was Daniel throwing Chanel under the bus. And Chanel, that's where you fucked up for the 4th or 5th time. When Daniel fixed his lips to say, well, I only voted this way because Chanel told me to, I would have lost it. I would have cussed his ass clean out. And I'm like, well, Jeff, can we vote for Daniel? Well, I guess she ain't got no vote, but that's why y'all should have voted his ass out anyway. He would have always been my number 1 to go home. But he fixed his lips to say, I only voted for her because of Chanel. And Chanel was like, wait a minute, you a super fan. You telling me as a super fan, your vote ain't your own? You got to do what I say do? I guess that was the nice way of cussing him out. But oh, you better believe on the trail back to the camp, I would have been in his ass. Oh, I would have been in his ass. Here go Daniel. Well, I'll switch it to Jenny. I really don't care because I ain't going to rocks, but y'all gonna hold it against me if I switch it to Jenny? And I would have been like, in my mind, I'm like, nah, we good. But the very next vote, Daniel would have to go. Now put it in the chat real quick and then we're gonna be done. Cause Jenny, I'm sorry you had to go home. I like Jenny, but I like Lydia too. I like both of them. And I wish they would have said Daniel has to go. But could you trust Daniel going forward if you were High or Lydia? Like, I would say what I had to say in the moment to get the vote done, but he would be the next one to go. Or is you all saying Chanel is going to be next to go? Because Chanel, she really put herself in a position. And who does she have left? Mike? Who y'all think next to go if the green team got to go? Chanel or Daniel? If it was Angie, it would be Daniel. Daniel would have to go. I feel bad for Jenny. She got played because Chanel and David don't know how to play. That's Daniel. I feel bad for Jenny. You said the whole damn tribe is messy now. Who do we fault for this? Because if we start at the beginning, that's something I learned from Love and Marriage Huntsville. You can't look at where we are right now. You got to look at the beginning. If I look at the beginning, I fault Chanel. Chanel should have never risked her vote. If she would have never risked her vote for some extra little piece of paper that, if we look at Survivor history, these gainer votes don't never, people be going home with the damn parchment in their pocket anyway. I would have never risked my vote for that. Now, I might risk my vote for an idol if it's an idol out there, or maybe you want to risk your vote and it might be a steak waiting for you back at the tribe or something that you could eat in secret. I might risk my vote for that, but not for that extra piece of paper when I know I got to go to tribal council. So I personally fault Chanel for this whole thing. For the whole thing. Now, Daniel did throw her under the bus, and he deserved to be cussed out for that. But Chanel messed up the whole tribal thing, to me. And I do feel bad for Jenny. I think Jenny would have been a good strategic player, but y'all should have voted out Daniel. Unfortunately, Chanel and Mike are at the bottom, but Daniel needs to go. But are they at the bottom? Because to me, we can take this a couple of different ways. One, you need to get rid of Mike before his idol becomes active. Because now that Mike is no longer a part of your alliance, keeping him around for a tribe idol means nothing. It means nothing. Mike can go home next week. Daniel can't be trusted. If Daniel will flip-flop on Chanel and everybody will see him flip-flop in tribal council, he will flip-flop on you. So Daniel has a good case to go home next. To me, Chanel should be safe. It should be between Daniel and Mike next week. I don't know. These people is crazy. Mike losing idols, Chanel risking votes for 5. Right. Daniel being Daniel. That's funny. But that's Survivor, y'all. Let's get into the challenge. Yeah, Jenny was the only one that could do them damn puzzles, but whew. I don't know. But let's move into the challenge. This is gonna be fun. Now I'm interested to know what you all have in y'all top 10. Now I said the top 10. Let me see. Do I have my graphics for the challenge? I don't think I put one in there. Oh well. I'll use this one. We're not playing the game, but that was the only other graphic I had uploaded. Okay, let's get into the top 10. Let me go to the beginning. Old school players that we would like to see play again. This could either be on the main show, MTV, or over on Paramount Plus with the All-Stars. These are our top 10 players. I want y'all to put them in the chat. As I name them, y'all say yes or no so I know how y'all feel about them. These just my top 10. These are not necessarily my favorite players because a lot of my favorite old school players have already come back for All Stars. So if they've already, excuse me, if they've already come back, I didn't put them on my list. So let's get started. My number, well, I'm gonna start at 5, then I'm gonna go to my number 1. So at number 5, I'm gonna start with the females. I had Julie. I really like Julie. Julie is from Real World, New Orleans. She's been on 5 challenges and she's been to 2 finals and she won 1. I like Julie. I guess even if she does never come back, I guess Julie will be on Homecoming. You know, Homecoming is coming up next with her season of New Orleans. So we will get to see her soon. But I would like to see her come back. Now, when I look at this picture, a lot of the pictures I saw out there when I Googled them, they had the old pictures with where they are at now. Julie just looks like a fun soccer mom that isn't really interested in coming back to the challenge. So I don't know if she'll ever do it. I did see a picture of her with her kids. Beautiful children. She has really beautiful children. But I would like to see Julie come back out there. What y'all think about Julie? Yeah, we ain't seen Julie in a good minute. I thought she was a good challenger, but you know, some people do move on in life and want to get away from reality TV. I don't know. Up next at number 4. Where's my number 4 picture? I had this girl, Ellen. Now, y'all know a couple of weeks back, I did a rewatch of Battle of the Sexes 2. I believe when I looked at her profile, let me find it. She only did Battle of the Sexes, not 2, but 1. And she won. No, the women didn't win, the men won. I'm sorry. The women should have won. But she was so spicy on that season and I just really, really liked her. She entertained me. I don't know. The challenges they did on Battle of the Sexes are not the same caliber of challenges that they do now. So I don't know. It might be too advanced for Ellen, but I like her personality. I love her personality. I would love to see maybe on the All Stars and maybe put like Veronica on there and, you know, some of the girls she did dirty. I would love to see like even Ayana. That was Battle of the Sexes 1 was a really good season when I did the rewatch. That was a really good one. I'm going to do another rewatch for next week while they got Inga put it out there. I think it's called the Challenge 2 TV. His channel came back, so all the old episodes are back out there. So I need to watch some before they take it down again. You would be down to see her on All Stars and see what she can do. I agree. I just would like to see her personality and see how she would intermix as an older lady because she ain't hold back in the day. Now, my number 3, and this is no shade. I don't mean no shade. Let me find her profile. Some people profile I can't find. I thought I took a screenshot of everybody. Okay, here it is. Coral. I like Coral. I love her personality. I know she wasn't the best challenger, but she knew how to get a win. She knew how to pick a partner. Coral, they say she's 43, so Coral is my age. Well, she's a little bit older. She'll be turning 44 in a minute. But she did 1, 2, 3, 4. She did 6 seasons of the challenge. She won 1. She's been to the final 4 times. I like Coral, and I would love to see her back, but no shade. No shade. I ain't gonna shade Coral. I'm just gonna put the picture up there, and y'all take it however y'all want to take the picture. But yes, okay. A lot of people here for Coral. Coral was your number 1. Coral is not my number 1. I have a few more in front of Coral. I'm most likely going to watch the Gauntlet because that was the first season with eliminations. Okay, and I saw the Gauntlet out there. I think I'm going to watch the Gauntlet too, and that might be, not the Gauntlet too, but like the Gauntlet also. And I think I might do that for a rewatch next week because the Gauntlet looked good. You would like to see Paula? I would too. Paula, did she make it on my list? Yes, Paula made it in the honorable mentions, but she ain't making my list. Number 2. Now, number 2 was on my list before I did a little bit of research and forgot that I probably didn't like her. But this is a current picture of Emily. And this is one, I put that one up there because just the muscle definition was like, wow. And another one where you can kind of see her face. I didn't get an old school picture of Emily, but I liked Emily. Let me see. Emily, oh, she only did. Now, this is impressive. Emily has only been on 3 versions of the challenge. She went to the final on all 3 and won one. She had 5 eliminations and won every elimination. That's really good, Emily girl. And I think she did a battle of Champs versus Stars, and she won Champs versus Stars. I didn't know she won Champs versus Stars now. Emily, I would love to see her back on the main stage, especially if she looking like this. She can definitely compete with these ladies on MTV, not on All Stars. I would love to see Emily come back and give some of these new people a run for their money. So she was my number 2. My number 1 person that I kind of feel like, oh, let me see what you said about Emily first. Yes, Emily will work. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, the only thing I have to say against, right, that's what I put in my notes. I forgot to mention. She did that whole blackface thing and act like she ain't know nothing about blackface. Now, that was what, about 10, 15 years ago? I ain't giving it a pass. I'm not giving it a pass. I ain't appreciate that, Emily, but I still would let you come back on the show. Is she banned? I have people on my list. I don't know if she banned or not, but Emily, I think, would be great. Up next, my number 1 that I want to come back, and I feel like she might have an end because she got that challenge workout show, is Rachel. Rachel, I want to see on the main stage, not on All Stars. Rachel looks amazing. This is a current picture of her, very much in shape. If you haven't seen that workout thing, they've been posting little workout clips on Twitter. I guess this is her wife and her 2 kids, and the wife looked pregnant with another one. I don't know how old this picture is, but the babies are so cute. The babies are so cute. I just want to play with a baby. When I went to my aunt's 65th birthday, my cousin and his wife adopted a baby, and I held her and played with her at the party. And I was like, oh, but here you go. Let me go have a drink. Now, wait a minute. She don't get a pass. She doesn't get a pass. Right? What's her name? Emily does not get a pass. But I would like to see her back on TV. Because people can make mistakes and learn from it. Now, if she do some shit again, it's all over. Rachel, yes. Now, who is this? What this mean? Cookie? Cooked? I don't know what that means, Dabu. I ain't up on all the slang. Or is that her girlfriend or wife's name is Cook? I don't know. She would carry the challenge. I feel like she would honestly be a great addition on either version, All Stars or the main. Rachel can't go to All Stars because that would be a cakewalk with the women that they have on All Stars. Like, they would just be giving Rachel the money on All Stars. But on the main stage, I think it probably would still be a cakewalk. The only one she might have to compete with is KC. Maybe. But I would just love to see her come back. Season 40 should be old school versus new school. That would be a good theme. That would be a good thing because these old school players ain't nothing to joke with. Okay. Cook played on Rivals 2 on her rookie season and did an amazing job, but got second going into every girl on girl elimination. Okay, Rivals 2. Let me write that down because I don't remember Cook. And I might have to rewatch that so I can familiar myself. Okay. I didn't put Kara on there because Kara isn't old school to me. Like, I know Kara's been around for a long time. And y'all know I like Pauly and Kara. And I want Pauly and Kara to come back. If you know my channel, you know I'm a Pauly Kara fan. But I just didn't put her on my list because I felt like Kara isn't old school. But maybe she is. I don't know. I guess because Kara's been on so many new seasons, I didn't consider her old school. Like some of these people we haven't seen in a long time. I think 40 should either be that or Legends. I would love 40 to be something like a Legends season, kind of like how on Survivor they did a winners only season. Even though I feel like the challenge doesn't have enough winners to do winners only, I feel like it should be like a Legends where it's either winners or people who have been to the final. So if you ain't never been to no final, Josh, you can't come on season 40. I still hate Josh. Oh, she was Cook's partner. Well, I'm still going to have to watch it because I don't remember Cook. And I like going back, rewatching some of the old seasons. Let me get to my honorable mentions. And some of these people could have made the list, but they didn't. First is Sarah. I like Sarah. Sarah's been on a million seasons of the challenge. She's a beast. She's won a lot. We already know Sarah was the one who threw Bananas in at the last minute. Bananas got mad, came back the next season and stole her money. I believe that was Rivals 3. I like Sarah. I would love to see Sarah come back. Sarah, if you look at this picture, oh girl moisturizes. She looks good. She looks good. Now this girl, I was just getting pictures for the show. And I came across this picture and she looked like a Survivor person. Did she play Survivor too? Susie? I remember her from the challenge, but I'm like, didn't she play Survivor too? Or is it another white girl with bleach blonde hair named Susie on Survivor too? I don't know, but I like her. I like her. I didn't get any of her bio because I just saw her picture and I was like, ooh, I want to honorably mention her. So I like Susie. And of course, I had one more. I did find Paula. Paula looked good. Is this really Paula on the other side of this picture? Because Paula looked younger now than she did with her hair all down and boobs all out. Paula looks good. Who else made the honorable mention? I put Tori up there just to be shady because I would like to see if her and Brad are in a place where they can play together or do they still hate each other. I don't know. I don't follow neither one of them. I ain't in their family business. And last and not least, Evelyn made the honorable mentions. Evelyn still looks good. She still looks like a little kid. I don't like that extra long hair on Evelyn. I think she should cut it up short a little bit. It just looks too heavy. But look, I can't tell nobody about extra long hair. Look at this long ass ponytail I done put in my head. I'm going to get my hair done tomorrow. That's the only reason I put this ponytail on. So I guess I shouldn't talk about nobody else until I talk about myself first. Okay, hey Glenda, you made it. Let's get into these comments before we jump over to the men. Oh yes, Sarah, but unfortunately, she truthfully can't come back onto TV because of her job. She legally can't leave unless she's fired from her job. What did Sarah do? I mean, people good. At some point in life, you do have, if you don't want to be like a social media person or in that reality TV realm, you do got to work. I mean, you can't be taking off for months at a time to film shows. So I get it. Maybe she can take off. She ain't got about 2 weeks of PTO that she can go over to All Stars. They only film for about 2 weeks. I got 2 weeks of PTO over that. The Ruins. Okay, Susie was on The Ruins. Okay, I got to write that down too. The Ruins. Because I remember Susie, but I remember her season, so I'm going to rewatch that too. Okay. You can't stand Tori. Susie was on The Ruins. Okay, I got to write that down too. The Ruins. Lord, because I remember my phone is playing myself. That's crazy. Okay. I ain't really used to like Tori neither because she used to just hang up under Brad like, oh, Brad, protect me. Don't let him vote me in, Brad. I ain't a real Tori fan, but just for the dramatics of it all, I want to see them play on the same season to see if they still hate each other or not. You know, the dramatics. Jen, she was crazy as hell. I don't remember Jen. Oh, I do remember Jen. Oh, is that the little short girl? And she was, or was she on Survivor? No, Jen. She was real short and she used to beast them challenges. I remember her. Yes. I gotta write her name down so I can figure out what season she was on so I could watch that. That was a good thought, Dabu. Yeah, Tori, yeah. I mean, Tori ain't gotta come back. That's why she was in the honorable mentions. Sarah don't want to come back after she got her money stolen. Yeah, but I would come back and win just to throw it in Banana's face. I don't know. I don't know. She's a therapist. She got a little bit of PTO. She can do a little All Stars. But I don't know. When you, well, depending on what kind of therapy, them people need their therapist every week. So she might can't. I agree. But we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, she got to stay to see her patients every week. Okay, I get it. But I don't understand. So you saying as a therapist, you can't never take a week off and go to Hawaii? You can't ever take a week off and go to Dubai or something like that? I got to see their asses every week. I can't get a little substitute therapist in. That sounds like a job I wouldn't want. I can't go on vacation for a week. I can't take a little Christmas break when my kids out of school for 2 weeks. I can't stay in the house and spend Christmas with my kids. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But let's move on to the men. Right. Like no breaks. I got to deal with their asses every week. I can't call a sub. I can't say, oh, Mr. Willis to get you next week. He got you. He qualified. You talk to Mr. Willis. I'll be back. But let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, the men. Who was my number 5 on the men? Oh, okay, him. I went back to Battle of the Sexes because I had just watched that season a few weeks ago. And this is Antoine, if that's how you say his name. I know he's French or somewhere overseas. I just really love the way he talked. He was very handsome. I'm sure he aged well. I don't know. I couldn't find a recent picture of him. And he was a good challenger. I think he made it to like the final 4. I don't think he made it to the final 3 men that ran the final, but he made it far. I like him and I would like to see him come back on maybe an all-star season. And it's a lot of people from that season of Battle of the Sexes that come on All Stars, so he would know a few people if he's interested. If he's interested, I wouldn't mind. But let's move on. Ooh, wait. The picture I wanted to show did not upload, and I'm mad. I'm gonna have to pull it up on my phone. But number 4 is Marlon. As you can see, you remember Marlon from Rivals. I believe he was partnered with. I'm looking at the shit. He was partnered with Jordan. They made it really far that season. Because I had to say, well, what is Marlon doing right now? And I uploaded the picture. It ain't come over. Take this one down. This is Marlon now. He's been working out. And he looks good. He can definitely come over to that main version of the challenge and show us what he can do. And maybe they can put Jordan back over there and we can see what him and Jordan, he'll have a little alliance, something like that. And let's see what he can do. Right. Marlon needs to be on the new challenge and put him on there now because he looks good. And I like him. So go ahead and put him up there. Right. And he wants to be on the show. He's been begging on social media, like, put me on. I don't understand why they won't. I don't understand. Okay, Dabu put some more notes on here. Okay, Jen was from Inferno 3. Let me write that down. Inferno 3. I really don't like The Island. I rewatched The Island when we first were on Pandemic. That was kind of I didn't like that one. Okay, Duel 2. Watch that. Fresh Meat 2. I did like Jen because she had a fiery mouth, cutthroat. And Jen was on a lot of stuff. How did she miss my list? Because I went back and looked at all the old cast lineups. I don't know how she missed my list. Whoever put her out, that was really good. Thank you, Dabu. I'm definitely going to check out some of those. Who do I have at number 3? Okay, number 3. Frank. Now, I know Frank is a firecracker, and I looked up his age. I can't find my notes. I believe he's 43. He's my age. Oh, he looked good if that's him at 43. He looked real good. Here go another picture of Frank where he got a little bit of he looks a little bit older. Maybe he's calmed his nerves a little bit. Stuff won't set him off so quickly. I don't know. Some people angry just to be angry. I don't know. But I like Frank. He was a great competitor. He had a lot of friends, so I'm sure he can find an alliance. I think Frank would do good over on the main stage. He don't even have to go over to All Stars. But even if either one, I would love to see him come back and just see what he can do. Up next, I don't think this person will ever come back. Well, let me see what y'all said about Frank. Frank is a trip, but he good TV. Glenda, Frank look good. He looked real good. Marlon would smash Fessy in a hall brawl. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see anybody that's equally the same size as Fessy go into a hall brawl. Because Fessy love to talk all the shit. Oh, I go in there against Nelson and his finger already broke. Or I'll go in there against Kyle and his kneecap already falling off. Like, I want to see Fessy go into a hall brawl with someone equally as built as him, someone with the equally as great football history, and see all the shit he talks then. Because Fessy really ain't all that. People just scared of him. Once you beg, they will never put you on. Is that what it is? Theo been trying hard to get back on the show. Is that what it is? It's kind of like when you first start talking to somebody and they start to begging and you be like, I guess it's the chase. I don't know. I feel like they should put them on. What do we got to do to get Theo and Marlon put back on? What do we got to start a petition? I agree. Fessy needs to be checked big time. And the only reason people aren't checking him is because, see, I believe Paulie will go into a hall brawl and Fessy, and because, see, Paulie ain't scared. Everybody is scared of Fessy. He really ain't all that. Now, Dabu, he is 43. Let me look it up in my notes. Because I took notes and put it in my phone. Now watch, I ain't going to be able to find it. Oh, there it is. Yep, he was born. He 42. He 42. No. Hold up. Wait, 79 is a year younger than me. Okay. I'm thinking of 77. Okay, he was born in 79, so he's 42. He'll be 43 this year. So he looked good. Let's look at that picture of Frank again. He looked good. Okay, let's take it down. Because he ain't checking for us no way. So, but we could still look. Okay. Yeah, Paulie begging to come back. Is that really the thing? We have to sit back and act like we don't care about MTV for them to call us? Y'all take note. I'm going to get out on there on Twitter. I'm going to tweet Marlon. I'm going to tweet Theo. And I'm going to tweet Paulie. Be like, act like y'all don't care about the show. Quit meeting up with all the past contestants. And act like you good without that MTV check. And then MTV will come to you. We'll see. Right. I don't want to talk about Fessy. And if anything, nobody even wanted to be on, right? Nobody even wanted to be on that season. The fact that they have people who don't want to be there over people who are asking to be there. Right. Like Wes, like when people get up and quit, like, oh, you can vote me in. I got $1 million at home anyway. Yeah. Like, yeah, Wes could have stayed home that season. But let's move on. What number was it on? Okay, number 2. This is the person who I say I don't think will ever come back. But I like him. The Miz. Now, is he too famous to come back and do an All-Stars or something? Like, is he too good? Like, would he be putting his nose down to, like, I'm a wrestler now. I have my own reality show. Like, I guess maybe his reality show might conflict of interest because I don't think it's on MTV. I watched a couple of episodes of that show with his wife and family. It was cute. It was cute. I like him. He used to win at all the challenges. I like the Miz. We'll see. Maybe he'll come back. My number one male I want to see come back. Uh-oh. I hit the wrong button. It ain't his ass. It ain't his ass. I hit the wrong button. I was trying to look at the comment. Oh, wait. Eric Rochetti. He's not too famous. He did Dancing with the Stars. Yeah. He should do Champs versus Stars. Would that be fair? Like, if he was on the star side, he'd be like, oh, I know y'all, but I'm a star now. I feel like he could come do an all-star season with Mark and them because that's the people he came up doing the challenge with. And I don't think they all in the same type of shape. He just was a wrestler. I don't know. There are two Franks. The 43-year-old one is from Vegas. The Frank that did the... Now, look. I'm looking at it right here. Now, this is the Frank... Wait. Well, shit. The internet got it wrong because they got his picture up there and they said he was born in 1979. Now, that could make more sense because the Frank that did Vegas would be older because that's around Trishelle and Alton and them. So you could be right, Dabu. But don't blame me. Blame the internet. Like, where my picture at? Not that one. I ain't want to gossip, but you know, you ain't heard it from me. I love that one because he really could qualify for either. I mean, I guess. Oh, maybe that's what he should say. Jordan should say, I'll come back to the main show with my friend Marlon. Sometimes you need a hookup. Get the hookup however you can get it. But Jordan playing around over there on All Stars because he's scared to rendezvous with Tori right now. So, no. The only Frank we care about is the angry gay one. That's the one we was talking about, Charles. You ain't see his picture. He was looking good on the beach with his butterfly and stuff. That's the one we was talking about. I don't even remember the Frank from Vegas. I have to Google his picture. But who we got next? Number one on the men's list. Did I put his picture up? Abram. I like Abram. Oh, let me take Charles' comment down. I like Abram. He's entertaining. He's small and still a beast at the challenges and eliminations. He's been on a million of these things. Let me find Abram. Okay, here he is. Now I say Abram is 39. So maybe Frank is in his 30s if Abram is still in his 30s. Okay. So Abram been on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 seasons. He won 2, been in the final in 4. I would love to see him. That's not Abram right there. This not Abram right here. Oh, you talking about that other picture when I had put Evan up there. Like, Evan was not number one. I just accidentally put that picture up there. Yes. But he's my number one pick for men, old school, that I would love to see come back. Maybe over on All Stars. He out there. What that mean? He a little bit crazy. Who ain't crazy? Half of them on the show crazy. But I like him. I'm weird. I like people who have character. Not saying I want to be around them, you know, but they make TV entertaining for me. I don't know. And then I do always seem to like the villain. Like when people ask me my favorite Survivor player, I'll tell you hands down, I like Russell. And I don't care if people say whatever they want to say about Russell. I don't follow his ass. I don't know all the bullshit he do. But when I look at the game of Survivor, he entertained me and he played a good game of Survivor. He just can't win. But I don't know. Okay, y'all don't like April. Well, who else y'all got? Let's get to the honorable mentions. I got a few honorable mentions on the men's side as well. Now, this one, he's not really a competitor, but I mean, damn. I like Preston. He ain't never won nothing. I believe I looked at his bio. Out of all of his eliminations, he's only won one elimination ever. And it probably was a team elimination. Who knows? But sometimes Preston will get out there and fool you. You'll pick him last to be on your team, and he'll get out there and win the whole challenge for you. He's not strong. You can definitely vote him in. He's a layup for the eliminations, but he's a good challenger. And the one thing about Preston that's missing from his resume is he's not a strategist. Like he never, I never seen him even make effort to get into any kind of alliance to have any kind of protection. And maybe if he went over on All Stars, maybe he could join the palace with Nehemiah and them, you know, and have a little bit of protection. I like Preston. Okay. Who I have next? Oh, let me see the comment. Oh, everybody's still hating Abram. Yeah. I have them. Let me go ahead and get them out the way. I have Evan. I know they're banned. And I have Kenny. Now, Kenny look good right here. That little bit of salt and pepper in his beard. Kenny, let me shut up. But Kenny look good in this after picture or where they at right now picture. I know they're banned. I know they did something. I forgot what they did. I think they taped up Paula or Tanya. One of them, they taped them up, and y'all told me the story in the chat before. I don't forgot already. But I know they're banned. But that happened damn near 20 years ago. I agree. Let them go over there on Paramount Plus. Are they banned from Paramount Plus? We know they banned from MTV. Even if Evan, out of the two, I'd rather take Kenny over Evan. Just because I just saw that picture, and I'd rather look at Kenny over looking at Evan. What y'all think? He was on your dream cast list. Abe's ex-wife made abuse allegations about a month ago, so he ain't coming back. Oh, now see, I just told y'all at the beginning of the video, Dabu, that as a content creator who wants to specialize more in the competition shows, I just start following. I just, like, yesterday, I just start following, like, the Challenge, Survivor, like, all the big sites where I can get all the news and gossip. So I ain't heard that about Abram. That is awful. And yeah, his ass ain't got to come back. But as a competitor, that aside, that's how he made my list. But I ain't know all that. But hopefully going forward, I can keep up with all the news and gossip and we can have a good time on the show. Kahutta said Abram was supposed to be on All Stars before he got hurt, before he left. Well, I would have loved to see Abram on All Stars. Brandon, Nelson, and Landon. Now, Brandon is a good pick, Dabu. I don't have his picture. Now, Nelson, which Nelson you talking about? Because to me, Nelson is new school. He not old school. Nelson was just on the last season. He just made it to the final. And Landon, I like Landon, but he kind of boring. Like, I like to at least pick people that I know gonna give me good TV. Landon is gonna be a good competitor, but he would be on the fast forward. Like he would be like a Fessy in the KC. Like no good TV. But I agree with Brandon. And just let me know what Nelson you was talking about. Because is there another Nelson outside of the Nelson that's right now on TV? I don't know. He was abusive to Cara and Maria. Now, Glenda, I ain't know nothing about that because, like I said, I just started following these people. But now that y'all say it, I can believe it. I can believe it. He come off as the type. But y'all, Charles, you remember Brandon? Yes, he's black, short. No, see, I'm thinking about Swift. I don't like Swift. But I remember Brandon, he's short, he's black. But you said, no. Who else I have on my honorable mention? I have one more. One more honorable mention. Let me see if this picture even uploaded because I don't need. Oh, there it is. I like Eric. Let's take it all the way back now. He needs to go over there on All Stars. He ain't gonna make it on the main show. But I like Eric. I believe you say his name is Nice or Ness. He's still in shape. He got the salt and pepper beard going on. Handsome still. He's very one with the earth, one with the world. He not gonna get involved in no drama. Maybe Eric needs to stay at home because I do like a little bit of drama, just a little. No, I like a lot of drama. I ain't gonna lie, I like a lot of drama. Okay, yeah, I remember Landon being on All Stars, just like MJ. Can we take MJ off of All Stars and put Landon on? I'll take that. I'll take that because I really don't like MJ after last season on All Stars, and I really, really don't like him after they just gave him the money on the final. But we ain't gonna go backwards. We ain't gonna go backwards. I mean, is there a white Brandon? I don't know. Sometimes you just got to use those words to identify if that's the right one you're talking about. But I believe Brandon, yes, he's black, he's short, and he's cute. I want to know why Charles said no, because Brandon is cute. I think Brandon looked way better than Swift. I like Brandon. But if he did something problematic, you got to remind me because my memory is bad. But I like him. But that's the end of my list. This was so much fun. So much fun. I'm going to end it with one last thing I saw on Twitter. Nelson is Brandon's surname. Oh, so you were saying Brandon Nelson. Okay. I definitely don't know his last name. One last thing for fun. Game time. That's like, I love this one. I love these gifts. Okay, let's see if it uploaded. Lord, please let it upload. Now, I saw this thing on Twitter, and it says, out of all these versions of CT, 1 through 9, which CT do you like the best? And which challenge CT did you like seeing the best? Now, put your numbers in the chat. Now, up first, I always like number 2. That's the backpack CT when he had Johnny Bananas on his back. Like, that was an amazing elimination as well. I like CT number 2. But when I look at all the CTs, I really don't like old school CT because he was too angry and he kept getting kicked off for fighting. New school CT is boring. All he does is sit back, let production protect him, people be scared of him, and he win the finals. That's boring. I kind of like middle of the road CT, maybe like number 7, number 6, where he actually got into the game and actually played it. Like, he made moves. He might have got eliminated, but he made a move. I like that CT over the angry CT and the boring CT. Which CT do you guys like the best? Oh, Zuda came with the shade of first. He don't like none of the CTs. None of them. Eric said number 2 and number 4. I agree. I think I said 2 and 6. I like middle, and 5. I don't recall CT ever putting on this damn pink bikini. But that looked like a fun CT that he's out there having fun. So I don't know. But I got 2, 4, and 5, and then Zuda is over it. He's not a CT fan. I think CT is done for the challenge. I think if he comes back, it would be on a winner season or as you all said, a legend season, something like that. Like, CT, please don't come back for 38. Please go off in Hollywood and make your movies, because I saw he was making a movie or something like that. But that's the end of the show, you all. An hour and 30 minutes. We did good. We had fun. I saw 1 in the 8. He was at his asshole best. I mean, I guess at least old CT was entertaining, because new school CT is a snooze. The pink was back, had to blur out his manhood. Ooh. Tell me what season so I can watch. I'm a mess. Too much Stella. Okay, I'm about to go, you all. I had a good time with you all tonight. Y'all know Old Stella is every Friday night at 6 p.m. You know, sometime during the week, I'm going to upload a video and tell y'all homework for the week so we can all get together on the chats and have a good time. But I think I'm going to keep the format of Old Stella the same. As the format as in, at the beginning, we'll do news and gossip and maybe a good debate question that I find off Twitter. That'll be the beginning of Old Stella. Then we'll jump into Survivor 42, because even though this week was good, it still ain't entertained me to the point where I need to have a full separate review. I feel like we have a good time talking about Survivor on Old Stella. And then we will end Old Stella, as always, with our topic of the week, homework of the week. And you know, the topic will come to me sometime during the week and I'll put it out there. Like right now, I want to pick one of these episodes we talked about tonight and do a rewatch. I just don't know which one. But it's not going to always be Challenge, Survivor, but it'll be competition show related. And if you all ever have a topic you want me to cover, you can send it to my email, or you can DM me on Twitter or Instagram at Kiss My Cheeks TV. And I'll take all suggestions. But you said, why would CT leave when these fools give him I mean, why would you leave if they already paying you to show up and then they paying you to win? So I guess he shouldn't leave. But I want to see somebody else get a chance to win. But I ain't going to go down that rabbit hole. That'll be for another week. I'm about to sign off. Thank you all so much for your support. Go ahead and like this video. If you're watching it on the rewatch, put your answers in the comments and we'll still have a good time in the comments if you miss the chat. So get in the comments, share, and if it's your first time with Kiss My Cheeks TV, go ahead and hit subscribe. I do all the competition shows. And I'm thinking about picking up X on the beach if I see Davon on the beach. If I don't see Davon out there, because I ain't seen her in that commercial, then I ain't gonna watch. But that's it, y'all. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Tomorrow night I'll be on Charles' channel for Drag Race at 7:30 Central. That's on Charles Warren Online. And then, you know, Sunday night, 6 p.m. is Kitchen Table Talk. So I will see you later. If not, I'll see you next Friday. Have a good one. Bye.